So today, my daughter and I were assembling daughter and father rockets. Hers, the Alpha 3, the glue is drying right now. I'm working on mine, the Initiator, which is a starter set for medium power rocketry. And before I hide some of the great features of this by assembling the motor mount into the body tube, I think that's what they call it. Yeah, the motor tube and the fin lock assembly. I wanted to highlight some of the design features of this that really set it apart from Estes rockets and the smaller stuff. So let's start with the fin lock. The fins, I won't be able to demonstrate this while I hold my phone, but the fins go through slots in the outer tube and click into place on these fin lock snaps on the inner motor tube. It is that connection passing through both tubes and snapping into place that basically holds the structure of the rocket together. The front of the rocket really is only just holding a parachute and a nose cone. All the structure is here in the back, and this motor mount tube and fin lock assembly are essentially the core of the structure of the rocket. Another thing I'd like to highlight are what they call aero fiber centering tubes. This isn't cardboard. This is some sort of very porous, like it says, fibrous, hard material that really easily wicks up the glue, so you know you're getting a good bond when you glue this stuff, and it's very light. These fin lock assembly tabs are plastic, and the fins that snap into them have a airfoil shape to them. They're very aerodynamic. So moving forward on this, motor mount, which I called the core of the structure of the rocket, for that reason, the shock cord ties all the way back to the motor mount tube at the bottom of the rocket, or the back end as they call it. The shock cord, as you can see here, is high quality nylon, not a rubber band like what you get on smaller rockets. Inside this motor mount tube, they have a design feature that has eliminated the need for recovery wadding. It's what they call cooling mesh. It basically looks just like a steel wool, and you jam it up in there, and the ejection charge has to pass over this cool steel mesh, and that way the charge is cooled. See if I can somehow get an angle on it in the light here. I can with my eye, but I can't seem to with the phone. There it is. There, now you can see it down there. And this baffle on the end, of course, keeps that steel wool in place. So I'm moving on to the step now where this great motor mount gets hidden. So before it's hidden forever, I wanted to highlight some of these cool design features. Some other features that are pretty high performance now. The original Initiator I built when I was a teenager. This is actually my second time building one. I was so impressed by it, that's why I decided to get another one. And so they've made some upgrades, and those include these. This is an aluminum motor retainer, which replaces the old motor hook. You can see the instructions still show a motor hook. You can see I've crossed out the instructions that no longer apply because we're now using an aluminum motor retainer. And let's see, they come with this motor retainer upgrade notice. So this tells you which parts aren't included now, what steps to disregard. Comes with a revised location guide, which moves the motor tube further back in the rocket, I guess to allow room for this threaded part of the motor retainer to get glued to the tube. And they say to glue it using JB weld, which luckily I have. Also, another thing that wasn't included when I was a teenager were rail mounts, conformal rail mounts. So I can hang with the pros, I guess. Alright, well now time to hide this thing using the body and fin assembly instructions. I guess technically I could remove this in the future by unsnapping the fins. I don't know, I'll see if they call for anything to get glued, like this aft centering ring. And then here, that's where I gotta begin to refer to how to install the motor mount. So before this step, the final assembly, before I tie the nose cone to the body, I have some painting to do. Here's the paints I planned on using. This red looks like a pretty good match for the red of their decals. It's just regular Testors gloss red. Alright, that's it for this video.